in their masses, just like witches at black masses. In the fields the bodies burning.
Hi, I'm Cristian Gonzalo Martin. I'm a former international professional rugby player from Argentina. I grew up listening to these guys. I was 12 years old back in Buenos Aires. I couldn't even speak the language, but I was fascinated by that style, by that sound that came here from Birmingham, from England. Very pleased to be here in Broad Street in central Birmingham, the hometown of these local four lads that made history in 1968. Geezer, Ozzy, Tony and Bill back then created a unique sound, a unique style of music that expanded all over the world. The bench originally launched last year. It was temporarily removed to make space for a building of the Metro. Now it's back where it belongs, on the Black Sabbath bridge in central Birmingham. You gave the green light some time ago. How does it feel?
I obviously approved it, but it was, a lot of credit needs to be given to Mike Ollie and the Westside BID. Mike and the BID are fantastic champions of Birmingham, and when they came to me with this proposal to honour, Black Sabbath, who were pioneers of heavy metal, they've helped put Birmingham on the international map. It was a no-brainer, so I absolutely had to agree to it on behalf of Birmingham City Council. And when people come and visit our city, Birmingham is where the world meets. It's the official Commonwealth Games city, hosting the next Commonwealth Games. There's people here from over 190 different countries that made Birmingham their home.
We've seen Black Sabbath sing at some point. Is this the end of the beginning or the beginning of the end? With this vaccination rollout, and with this plan to come out, we can see a light at the end of the tunnel, so people will be able to come to Birmingham, sit on this bench, take as many pictures as they want and enjoy the city.
Absolutely. We want to celebrate Black Sabbath, and the bridge and the bench is one way of celebrating their contribution to the city. And we want people from all over the world, come along, come along and spend a weekend here. If you like your football, you might get to watch Premier League football back in Birmingham in the very near future. I know there's a lot of people in the Commonwealth world like cricket. We've got one of the best cricket stadiums. We've got a good rugby club too. So we've got a fantastic sporting offer here in our city. We've got a fantastic arts offer in the city, and there's so much happening in Birmingham. Just need to press that switch back on.
Thank you on behalf of millions of fans around the world for the opportunity to come and see a piece of history.
Our pleasure. Thank you, and please do come and enjoy it.
Cheers. Well, thanks, Tony, for being with us remotely. What does it mean for you to have such a lovely bench in central Birmingham?
Oh, Christian, it's just fantastic. I mean, what can you say? It's an amazing thing, and thanks to everybody involved with getting it put there, and from Mike Ollie and Lorraine Ollie and Jim Simpson and yourself and everybody that's been involved with this, Mohammed, and the council, of course. It's just marvellous.
It's a very special place. It's Broad Street. In the middle of Birmingham. It's a place with many links for many people.
Yeah, well, Broad Street for me, certainly in the 70s, I used to be up Broad Street all the time because there was a club that used to be up there, and called the Rum Runner, and I used to go there quite a lot because my friend was the manager there, and so it brings back a lot of memories, Broad Street for me.
When the situation allows, fans will be flooding. You know how loyal the Sabbath, the rock, the music fans from Britain, from Europe, from all over the world we will make this a place of pilgrimage for sure.
That's fantastic. It really is. I mean, I'm overwhelmed with it. That you know, we've been taken in like this, and had this sort of response. You know, it's fantastic.
When the situation, once this pandemic is over, Birmingham, we have a lot to offer to all the music fans.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's really an unfortunate time now with this pandemic, but once it's over, then the people that come to visit can come, and there's a lot of things to see in Birmingham, and it's brilliant that we've got the bridge and the bench, and you know, Ozzy's got a bus there, the tram, and I think there's a lot of things in Birmingham now to attract people, I think.
Tony, obviously, you know, Bill, Ozzy, Giza, they live in California. What made you decide to stay and live in England, out of curiosity?
Yeah, well, I lived in California for about 5 years, but all my old friends were here, and I really missed my friends, and I actually miss being in England. California was great, but it wasn't my home. And for me, this is my home, and I feel comfortable here. I like to go to California to visit, and the States to visit, and be there for a while or tour. But you know, England is my home.
Tony, let's go back in time. I'm sure you know we heard the story. Many people heard the story, but what do you think it made you special, or how tough? You know, two questions in one. How tough was to put your message across back on those days in these streets of Birmingham?
Yeah, very, very tough. Because in them days, the music we were playing wasn't about, you know, there was nobody doing anything like it. So consequently, we couldn't get gigs. I mean, we played in blues clubs, was initially, and Jim Simpson helped us a lot then, you know, because he had a club there. And we used to play there, and we used to play around Birmingham, but it was limited where you could play in them days, because most of the music around them was soul. So of course, when we started playing our own sort of music, then it was difficult, and we had a tough road ahead. But we believed in our music. The whole thing for us was we loved what we did, and we believed in what we did. And there was no internet and no TV as such that we could get on. So you had to do it via, you know, word of mouth, really, by playing in these little pockets in the cities of clubs to get known.
You always said that it came naturally, not the sound that you produce. It came naturally, and you always said at the same time that you kept a special affection for the original members of the band that, you know, walked those steps, you know, back then with you.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, all the people from Birmingham at that time as well, you know, I stay in touch with some of the, Robert Plant's from Birmingham, of course. John Bonham was a very good friend of mine, and we used to go around Broad Street together to clubs. It's quite funny, really. And a lot of the bands from them days, ELO and The Move, and well, it was The Move really before they became ELO. And there were some great bands, and music scene in Birmingham was really good then.
What was the moment that you thought, you know, together with Giza and the guys, with Ozzy, with Bill, this is going to work? You know, we should stick to our guns and make it happen our way.
Yeah, we just played what we believe in and kept doing it. And then, of course, when I went with Jethro Tull, I was asked to join Jethro Tull for a short stint, and it really wasn't for me at the time. But I went and had a go, and I seen how they'd worked, how they got, you know, they were really worked everything out. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, you get to rehearsal, you rehearse and have lunch. I mean, they were really strict on it. It was like going back to school. I mean, I hadn't seen 9 o'clock in the morning for a few years, you know. And of course, when I went with them, I seen how they organised the things. So consequently, when I left Jethro Tull and we came back and we started Sabbath up, It's the same band, but we were called Earth then. And then when we changed our name to Sabbath, I said to the guys, this is what we've got to do. We've got to rehearse. We've got to take it seriously, rehearse in the morning. You know, I'll pick everybody. I was the only one then that could drive, so I used to have to go and pick everybody up. Fortunately, we all lived it in, you know, just a few miles from each other. So I'd go and pick them up, and then we'd go down to rehearsal. We'd rehearse at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'd do the same schedule really every day, and rehearse and work hard at it. And that's what it was. We loved what we were doing. We believed in what we were doing. And we had a sound that nobody else had got at that time.
And now, Tony, after all these years, are you kind of sometimes think back about those years, how you were, how the guys were? Obviously, all these changes in the band over the years, the ups and downs. But going back to the roots has always been important, and then especially now when it's not over, but you're not going to play live gigs anymore, for example.
No, I mean, yes, I think a lot of the old days, you know, we had things. But yeah, I mean, things are a lot different now, of course, out there with music scene and everything. But when I still stay in touch with the guys, we're still in touch with each other. As I said, you know, I speak to Ozzy via text really on a regular basis. We don't talk on the phone because we don't seem to get very far. It lasts about 3 seconds and then that's it. You know, we don't know what to say. So we always do it via text, and it's been great. We've been in communication for all the time.
You mean a lot to millions. I was 12 years old. I couldn't even speak English, you know. And I was already fascinated by your music back then in Buenos Aires. Obviously, when we managed to translate the lyrics, you know, we just were blown away, you know. And then, what does it mean for you to mean so much to millions, to different cultures, to different countries around the world? Obviously, when you're on the road, you're busy. We focus on your gigs. Maybe you don't have too much time to enjoy the feedback from other countries. But now, you know, you more time, more to think about it. Do you realize how much you mean for many?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, for us to be able to come up with a type of music from Birmingham, and then when we actually sort of started with what the music we're writing, it was our thing was to get to London. We wanted to play in London. So that was about as far as we could go. And even there, they didn't like us very much. We played in a couple of clubs there and we didn't go down well. So, but all of a sudden, you know, after we'd done the first album, and then when it took off and we could go and visit these other countries like the States and Australia and, you know, South America and Europe, it was brilliant. I mean, and to see the people, the crowds coming and building up and us becoming more popular was amazing.
Do you think that you fulfilled the ambitions that you had back then? And what were those first ambitions, and how did they progress over the years?
Well, the ambition was we enjoyed playing and we really wanted to play. That was it for us. We didn't know how long it was going to last or anything. We just wanted to get out and play and make music. And it was never a chore. It was always, you know, we had it hard in the early days. We had it tough, you know. We didn't have no money. We'd all sleep together in a room, you know, and it was very hard going. But we liked it, and we liked the idea of it. And of course, as we got more popular and money became in more, and we could afford to have, you know, stay in hotels and better things. It was brilliant. The life was brilliant. I'd never change it. I mean, it was a great experience, and going around all the world was just amazing.
Mo I think he did a great job with the designing of the bench. Tarek designing the rest, and the bench is back where it belongs.
It's a fantastic job. I've never seen anything like it, to tell you the truth. It really is amazing. I'm really proud of it and proud of the guy that made it. I mean, it's just lovely. And it must, I can't imagine how heavy that is. It must weigh tons. But I'm really proud of it.
Your music, your legacy we will be forever with us. We pass it on to our kids, our grandkids maybe. But now you also, the legacy is here physically in your hometown, forever.
It's brilliant because certainly in the early days when we started, nobody really wanted to know us, and it was such a tough job. And we're so proud now to be from where we were and to do what we've done. And it's made Birmingham proud, which is more so the thing. Because at first, we were nobody really wanted to know. But as the years have gone by and we've had to prove ourselves and put Birmingham on the map in a lot of places, we really have, without sounding big-headed. I mean, we have, people have become to know Birmingham like they did with Liverpool with the Beatles. And we're the sort of, if you like, Birmingham Beatles.
And then just to finish, Tony, like the song says, is this the end of the beginning of the end? Hopefully now with the rollout of the vaccines, the situation will improve, and then we will be able to see each other again, and the fans will be able to come and see this for themselves.
Absolutely. We're really looking forward to that because it's, it'd be great to see fans come in, having photographs taken on it. And I'd like to come and have a look at it again as well and have a photograph on it. I think it's great. I think it's good for Birmingham to have these attractions because Birmingham's getting really popular now. More people want to come to Birmingham and there's more things to see. And thanks to Westside and stuff, places like that, there's a lot of activity, a lot of clubs and a lot of bars and restaurants, and there's a lot of things to do. And I think Birmingham was overlooked for many years, and I think it's really coming up so fast now. It's amazing.
Tony, just a quick update on what you're up to. Are you getting involved with this lockdown? You keeping healthy? You keeping fit? What are your ways to get by these days?
Yeah, I still try and keep sane a bit, It's hard not seeing a lot of my friends, but what we tend to do, my wife and I, is we go for a walk in the morning. We live in the Cotswolds, so we live in a lot of hilly ground. So we go for walks for an hour and a half or so, and then come back. And somehow the day just flies by. I end up doing different things around the house. I might play for a bit, record some riffs, and then end up doing other stuff. I do stuff like everybody else, really, same as other people do, clean their cars and, just general stuff. But the time just flies by. And then usually on the evening, we watch a movie and then go to bed, watch the news, and that's it. Another day gone.
Well, on behalf of millions, as always said, Tony, to you, thank you. We hope to see you soon. Thank you for being part and be supportive of this amazing project, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you, Christian. I hope to see you too as well. You've done a great job, and thanks for everything you have done for us.
All the best and keep healthy.
All the best. You too.
Cheers.
Thanks, Christian. Bye-bye.
Thank you, good evening from Black Sabbath. Thank you.
And now, to finish things up, my goalie from Westside BID is going to cut the ribbon and declare the Black Sabbath bench officially relaunched. Go for it, Mike.
Thank you very much. So, with my Tony Iommi's special left-handed scissors, thank you, Tony, I would like to relaunch the Black Sabbath bench on the Black Sabbath bridge, well and truly open. Christian, could I just thank you for your efforts on behalf of us, and I'd like to present you with Tony Tony Iommi's
Oh, mate.
left-handed scissors.
Oh, mate, this is great.
Made in England, of course, you know. There you go, mate.
Oh, mate, this is brilliant. Thank you very much, Mike. Cheers. This is brilliant, you know.